Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of our Tales of the Valiant 5th edition variant campaign for the Ever Side Questers Bravo team. Now, just a little bit before we get into this episode here, we had some technical difficulties, unfortunately, as one of our players here was having a real hard time connecting to the group chat on Discord. Luckily, after about an hour or so of working with him and forcing the connection through a one-to-one chat, we were able to get him into the game and start playing. This will be a quick getting the group together, and luckily, as you'll see, the group is pretty well established already, and they'll get on their way with some nice role-playing here and a little bit of adventuring. Before we get into the game, I just want to let you know that this is going to be a bi-weekly game, so you'll see videos roughly every 2 to 3 weeks, depending on when we have time to get together and record our episodes. So thanks for watching the Session 0, and let's get into Episode 1 here. Okay, so now that we've got everyone situated here, let's talk about briefly how you guys all know each other. Now, we've got Zix, Terrix, and Haggit, our 3 little plucky kobolds. Now, you guys are all from the same clutch or clan. How do you guys go about that? What's the terminology you're using?
Clan would work.
Well, I think we could call it a clan. I think that for anyone outside, they would more likely call it a nest. Basically, looking outside.
So you're saying they might call it a nest?
If they're looking outside, but maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So, just so everyone knows here, because we do have 3 kobolds in this party, which is fantastic and I love it, we have a turtle as well. So how does Ghorn know at least one of these kobolds, or all of the kobolds?
I think the agreed upon decision was that I'm pretty much the orphaned adoptee.
Yeah, we adopted them.
Okay.
I mean, people adopt kobolds all the time for their parties. Why not the other way around?
Did we find him when he was an egg and thought it was a kobold egg?
Oh, that's actually a good idea.
Or a dragon egg.
I don't think so. Well, from what we know from his backstory that we talked amongst each other, I don't think so. Maybe we just found a little scaly thing and thought, hey, that's a kobold, let's take him back.
But he wasn't a kobold, he was a Gamera.
That's from what I remember from what Eric told us.
Okay. Well, so...
It sounds about right.
So luckily then, you guys all know each other pretty well, and you're pretty well bonded. And however that works out in the society and whatnot, you've all learned to work together one way or the other. Now, going forward, at one point, Zix, you were setting some traps or something to that effect in the clan or the caves to your entrance, and you ended up in your past, in the backstory, capturing a very interesting human in your devices that you were setting up. And this particular human is goes by the name of Kylana the Shaper. Now I'm going to show everyone the artwork here of this particular human that you caught, maybe weeks or months ago. And luckily for her, and maybe luckily for you as well, you both kind of bonded to one point or another. And she became somewhat of a patron for you, Zix, because she's a mechanist as well. Not only are you a mechanist, maybe it was a combination of the fates meeting or something to this effect, but as we kind of discussed, one of you took a liking to the other, and now you're both kind of working together. She's kind of your teacher or professor, so to say, and you, one way or the other, look up to her to gain more knowledge of being a mechanist from her one way or the other. So how does Zix work with Kylana?
Well, I thought that more like didn't know we had an agreement that she would sometimes well, and now I'm saying that this for the hope, but she would sometimes come and make us some stuff that we had requested, and as a reward, we gave her some materials that she might have needed.
Okay.
Other than that, she might have just been tinkering with physics while trading stuff, so
Okay.
I think that it was somewhat like that. But you're the DM, it's up to you how the elders might interpret that.
Right. Well, because of this bond that you and Kylana have so quickly formed with each other of kind of, she requests parts from you and you all help her find the parts she's looking for, you're used to getting messages from Kylana periodically. And then she'll come and meet you, pick up whatever she's looking for, do some trading or whatnot. I mean, she gives you some stuff you're looking for. And it kind of goes like this, back and forth. One day in particular, Kylana sends you a message, being, today. Kylana sends you a message, and it comes via the usual route. A tiny little mechanical bird comes and lands somewhere in the caves and starts making some reasonably nice tweet noises and leaves you with this message. And then the moment the mechanical bird recognizes you, it flies away. I'm guessing you would grab this little note that you're used to getting from her, correct?
Well, yes,
Okay.
I think so. At this point, I don't think I would really expect her to double-cross me as much as first times, but...
Right. So, in this message, as you unscroll it and read it, you see the usual handwritings from Kylana, and she says to you in this message, Zix, I'm in need of your help. My Solodron, Wingnut, has gone missing at the town of Hulgig, and I need you to find him for me, please. You've seen Wingnut come show up here once in a while, and this is what he looks like if it shows up. This is Wingnut.
Yeah.
So it's a flying little mechanical Solodron, and it has a weird little eyeball in the center, and has some nice little pointed wings. It's a tiny little mechanical creature that Kylana has created, and this is her companion. And her and Wingnut go everywhere together. So when you had accidentally or intentionally captured Kylana, Wingnut was there trying to defend her from you, so to say, to keep Kylana safe. But because of how you two worked out and worked together, Wingnut kind of stood down. But as you know, and as the message goes on, I need you to investigate Hulgig, a village nearby the mountains. It'll be a couple days journey from your current cave, and please investigate the area. It would be extremely helpful if you could find Wingnut, and I will definitely pay you for the time you spend finding him. As always, your friend and mentor, Kylana, the Shaper. And that's more or less the message. So she currently can't find her buddy Wingnut, who she had sent off on a mission himself. Yeah, and currently cannot. Wingnut has not returned. Now, in the message itself, she also suggests that she'll pay you each, for anyone that you bring on the mission, 50 gold to help find Wingnut.
Oh. The more people bring, the more gold I get.
So, what do you do with this message?
Well, first off, Zix is gonna hide this message, but then he might start thinking about who he might recruit to come with him, since this mission certainly wouldn't bode well for a single kobold to go on.
True. Very true.
And he thinks of three people. Yeah. he to his mind come three people. One that looks basically similar to Kylana, but with scales in a shell. One that can track people, and one that would be able to bring the flavor of the gods that might help in this current predicament.
Sounds fantastic.
So, first off, Zix is gonna go to Ghorn.
Okay. So you take some time and you find the turtle Ghorn somewhere in the cave systems, or maybe just outside in the surrounding areas, but somewhere in the clan area of where you all call home. You find Ghorn. And Ghorn, what are you doing currently while suddenly Zix approaches you?
Well, if there's nothing really pressing going on at the moment, I'd probably be just relaxing in like a warm mud puddle,
Okay.
just kind of buried in there a little bit.
Okay. So this is where, Zix, you end up finding Ghorn in one of the more humid and damp areas of the cave systems here.
Hey,
Yes.
I have a proposition.
You tell.
Just got something that said that there may be a reward if we do something. You think you can help? It's a good reward. Many gold pieces, many.
Gold can always be useful. So, yes, I will help you.
Okay. We need to find something. Metal bird. Somewhere. Yes. I'm gonna go attack two hunters. Maybe they know how to find it.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yes. So, we meet later.
And Zix is gonna just scurry around the corner looking for the next person to recruit on his quest.
Yeah, I just imagine, because Zix himself is a smaller kobold compared to the other ones in the area. So, he does, like, it may be hunched over a little bit and just kind of crawls out of the cave systems and moves along. But go on.
Yeah.
Still
So-
along the walls.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but after that, he would try to approach Hunter's area, and that's probably where he would find Terrix.
So Terrix, as Zix approaches you, a slightly smaller kobold than yourself, what would you be doing during the day?
Probably making arrows or preparing for a hunt.
Okay, so somewhere in the cave systems, eventually, Zix, you do find Terrix, and he is sitting in a general area of maybe where the other hunters for the clan are usually found, and he's preparing to possibly go out for a hunt.
Hey,
What is it?
I got a proposition. Said to do
What kind of
something.
animal is it?
Metal bird. But we must catch it, not harm it.
Well, that makes it hard indeed.
Many gold.
Oh, where is it?
Apparently it's somewhere called a town.
And Zig's not really in knowing yet, because he just got the message. And unfolds the note from his pocket, looks through, and tells how the town is apparently named.
Yes, as you remember, it was named Hulgig. Hulgig.
Hulgig. Weird name.
Human settlement, it sounds like.
Yes. That's someone who wants the metal bird. As I said, you know how to hunt. Maybe you can find bird.
I will help.
Okay. Ghorn will also help. I'll go find someone that can bless this journey. Maybe to bring luck on our ventures.
Okay, and it sounds like from there, Zix, you leave. You end up leaving Terrix to continue whatever he was doing, and then go find Haggit. So Haggit, eventually through the day, you are encountered by a somewhat smaller kobold than yourself by the name of Zix. You know him; he's part of the clan, and you frequently see him scurrying about the caves here and there. Being a clerical kobold, what do you think Haggit is doing during the day?
Well, while Haggit is a cleric, she's more like a guard for the clan. She would be doing her patrols around the caverns, making sure no dangerous creatures has gone into their territory, and breaking up the disputes.
Okay, excellent. So, do you think there are any current disputes, or set the scene for us? What might be going on as Zix approaches you in your patrols?
I would say that she heard fighting along her patrol and found some children kobold fighting about who owns a strange stuffed toilet.
Okay. So, at this point, Haggit, as you walk up, you'll hear like the two like, "Oh, no, this is mine. This is my toy. I found it." And the other one's like, "No, it's mine. You take it from me." So, you have the two kobolds fighting over this stuffed doll that seemingly came from maybe some loot from a recent raid or foraging or whatnot.
Haggit walks up and with a stern voice talks to get their attention. And where did this come from?
I found it while out.
You got mail.
I found it while out foraging, and this one here, he says it is his. No, I found it. I found it while I was out and about with the hunters. We were bringing our food back for the clan, and I happened to find it in the woods.
Okay, if I roll insight.
Sure.
I believe that would do it. Normal.
Well, that's weird. Why am I not getting any? Oh, there it is.
Oh.
It just took a while.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on. 16.
A 16. Okay. So, from the way these two are fighting, and the sounds of things, the one with the darker voice, the deeper voice, that seems to have said that the doll was found during a hunt, and he was out with the hunters. You tend to believe that he seems to be telling you the truth from the way his mannerisms are talking and how he's really kind of standing more proud of himself, and the other one is kind of more hunched over and cowering a little bit.
All right. So she looks at them for a moment before taking a deep breath. Then, with her index claw and I don't know Kobold biology enough to describe that, she's gonna flick the liar one in the head.
Okay.
Shouldn't lie to adults. And you, see, turns to the one who found it. What have I told you? What are the rules about bringing outsiders things here? It brings too much attention.
Well, yes, this is correct. I forgot about that. It was just so different and interesting. And when you flick the other one in the head, he just kind of like scurries off. He's like, ah! And just like, some like maybe potential curses or something, and he just rushes off. So the other one says, yes, I will make better judgment next time and not bring outsider stuff here.
I just confiscated, but as I'm feeling gracious today, go find that other child and share it with him. We're going to work together.
Yes, I will. Thank you. And the other kobold runs off. So, as the two kobolds' dispute is settled, Zix, you find Haggit after just finishing up this little discussion here between the three.
After seeing that, Zeke kind of wonders if it's a smart idea to approach, especially with Haggit apparently not being fond of outside influences, but
No, she's especially not fond of your outsider contact, and she makes that known.
But he has to. But he thinks that a blessing should be good for the journey, so he slowly approaches.
So, Haggit, you see another small kobold kind of meekly approach you and seemingly has something to say to you.
Ziggs,
Yes?
what is it?
Nothing much.
Did you accidentally trap someone again?
No. No. But,
Did something explode?
no. But I should have. Got it. I've come because we are about to make great journey, yes, and we seek blessing from gods on the journey.
You're going on a journey, and you seek helm protection.
Yes.
She sees how he's being, and while that's normal for kobolds, she senses something is off and starts to glare. And why are you going on this journey?
We have something to find, yes. Something that might help us, yes.
Help us? Help us how?
It will bring us much gold.
Gold.
Yes.
Real quick question. Do we get any... Is it only that... I forgot her name, but the redheads... Is it only through her we get gold?
Well, I guess that really depends on your level of comfort working with this human. I don't know necessarily how much interaction you've had with Zix or with Zix and Kylana, and whether or not Zix has shared his connection to Kylana or not.
I mean, Zix, I don't think from... It would be either that Kylana went inside once and got to meet the clan, or it's just that she had encounters with Zix. I don't think that there is other way. So I'm just gonna say that. It's either she only talked to Zix, or she went once inside? Since apparently she mails first and then we meet somewhere.
Well, I guess that depends on how much. Let's see here. How much of an impact your traps have? Like if you've been setting them up for the clan, if they know that you've been doing this, or if you've been doing this on your own.
Well, the clan of course knows that there are traps and knows where they are to avoid them, but they don't need to know if said traps actually trap someone.
Right.
All right.
So from the sounds of things, then,
So
yeah, Haggit, you may not.
Haggit
Yeah, you may not know about her.
doesn't know about his contact. All right. Okay. So what are we gonna sell? Whatever we're getting.
Well,
Uh,
go ahead.
Zix thinks for a moment and then, yes, we will sell it.
So, Haggit, what do you think?
She feels like Sutton off here, but if Ziggs is going on a journey, who is it? Will it just be me and you, or anyone else?
What, you coming?
Were you not asking for a blessing?
Yes, yes. Ghorn and Terrix will also be coming
Yeah.
to help with journey.
Well, yes, I'll come in. If anything, to keep at least you and Terrix out of trouble.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So, we will meet later, and I think Zix is gonna mainly scurry around getting this stuff while also telling everyone again to meet at a certain point.
As he
When-
runs up, he will shout for him. Make sure make sure all those traps are in place.
Yes, yes, I will.
Okay.
Traps are in place.
Yes. So, Zix, you spend a few, however long, maybe an hour or two, running around and double checking traps, adding new traps, or replacing traps that have been sprung. And yeah, you feel pretty confident that the clan's tunnels and your home are pretty well secured for this journey.
Yes. So I will then grab everyone, and I guess we will begin making the journey.
Okay. So, Zix, you do indeed. You grab everyone up. Ghorn, Terrix, and Haggit, you all are collected by Zix, and you find yourselves to the entrance exit of the cave here and begin your journeys one way or the other, unless you have something else you want to do before you go.
Nothing really. Haggit would have informed that clan leaders or elders that they were heading out.
Okay. And they
I would
nod.
break the other hunters that I was going on a big hunt.
Okay. And what about you, Ghorn? What is your excuse for leaving the home and the safety of the clan?
Well, I mean, I was asked to go with, so. And I'm not going to leave my, quote unquote foster family.
All right. So, you guys all head out then?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, considering that we need people to do a variety of different skill checks, survival to make sure you're all going the correct way, perception for avoiding dangers and whatnot, or anything else, what are you all doing on this journey to Hulgig?
I would make sure we're going the right way with survival checks.
Okay. Anyone else?
I think that Zix would be a lookout for Artist try to be a lookout for the party he has
Okay.
concocted.
All right. So it sounds like you'd be doing some perception checks to avoid dangers and whatnot.
Yes.
Okay. Ghorn and Haggit, what do you think you'd be doing on this journey to Hulgig?
Haggit would be taking the lead for the most part, just with her shield up and weapon ready for in case of any ambush.
And what do you think, Ghorn? What are you doing?
Basics seem to be covered, so I think what I would do, just given the general notoriety of kobolds and how people tend to react, I think I would just try to cover our tracks.
Okay. Well then, so let's start off with a couple survival checks. One for Terrix here. So I'm going to put a request in the chat window. So go ahead and Terrix, click that one, and I have DC set up. Oh, nice. All right. So yes, with a 21, you easily know how to navigate, the group here to Hulgig without any real trouble whatsoever. As
My survival check should be a +5, though.
All right, let's double check that. Make sure everything is going in correctly. Yeah, you should be at +5. Interesting. It only gave a +3 for the skill, I believe, right? For wisdom?
Yeah.
Okay, let me double check my macro here. What's that? Skill and skill mod.
It doesn't look like it's factoring in proficiency.
Yeah, it didn't add in the proficiency modifier. I'll have to update that later on. I won't bother with the check then. All right, so we'll skip over that for now. Okay, so easily with a 23, yes, with a 23, you know exactly how to get to Hulgig. You've probably seen this town on some of your more extended hunts that you've gone on, and you can easily lead the group there, no problem. Okay, so Zix, for perception checks, why don't you go ahead and see if there's any kind of dangers on the way? Give me a perception check.
So requests are
Yeah, just click it off of your skill sheet, or your character sheet, because I won't be able...
perception. Normal. All at a 9.
All right, so while you're traveling, you don't really see too many dangers on the way. There are the occasional animals that you might run into, like maybe a wolf or occasional elk or something, but nothing too terrible that you can't deal with on your own. So it does slow you down a little bit, but because you have Terrix there with the high survival check to get you to where you guys need to go, it's no real big problem. And with Haggit there already on kind of on alert to protect the group, you're able to deal with any kind of wandering animals that you may have encountered along the way. And then Ghorn, you said you wanted to go ahead and cover your trails. So go ahead and give me a survival check to, get rid of any kind of markings or anything that you might have left behind. Okay, perfect. Yes, with that you'll easily hide the markings you were leaving on any kind of dirt paths or through the woods and whatnot. And you do make it to Hulgig within, I'd say, about 2 days travel or so. It's more by the second day, it's getting towards the middle of the afternoon or so, and you come across the village of Hulgig. So let me go ahead and give you a little bit of information as I update some stuff here. Okay, so you come across Hulgig, and Hulgig, you notice the following, that there's bright paint on the houses of this hamlet, although they seem to be dull in the shadow of the low, nameless mountain that looms behind it. There is no sound of laughter or mirth in this place, not anymore. The only signs of life are the caws of the crows and the patches of mushrooms growing on the eaves of every door. And let me switch us all to this map to see what you're dealing with. Can everyone see the map?
Yeah.
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 I can't see. I won't be able to see the astral map.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I will just. Hey, can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay, I will just move your token.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, Doc, you should have access to control Haggit's token as needed.
Yeah. Just check it out. I do in fact have control.
Okay, so you come across this town of Hulgig. You are here, and the place is extremely quiet. There are the occasional crows cawing, and oddly enough, there are mushrooms growing on many of the ruined and broken houses here. What do you do?
You said the town was silent except for any of the sound of crows?
Yep.
I'm going to start looking for that metal bird then.
We're looking for a metal bird.
Yes, that is apparently, at least that's what Terrix is suggesting.
Yes.
Haggit looks to Ziggit. What exactly are we looking for? And why?
I saw a metal bird flying here, yes. And will bring fortune to us.
Why is there a metal bird here, though?
Why were we in a cave? This just doesn't have a good reply to that one, so
Zix, why is there a metal bird here?
it just is.
I looks at Zix in a way that to let him know that he's going to be questioned more later.
The code that Zix just types around the code that he has, and you swear you can see that he does the nervous go, but yeah, he doesn't look like he wants to be answering any more questions.
Anyway, let's find this bird. She's gonna walk up to the building on the left with the still intact roof.
Okay.
She will knock on it, not really expecting to get an answer.
So Haggit knocks on the door.
Okay, so
Yes.
as you knock on the door and you've been talking with everyone here, everyone make me a perception check, please.
Okay.
I perceive the
Great.
ground.
Great! Something must have gotten inside my eye.
Eureka! There is dirt. Oh, we're just all nailing this one.
Yeah, okay, so
Terrix, the second grace. Man, we live in a cave. We are not equipped to deal with sunlight.
true. This is very true. Okay, so with a 9, a 10, a 7, and a 4, Terrix, you're the only one that happens to hear this, as there is some shuffling and some movement coming from the building over here. And the sound that you're hearing, it's almost labored walking, as if whoever is walking or moving around in this building, this destroyed building here, is having a hard time walking.
I hear movement. In that building up ahead, there's something in there.
Zix points his hand crossbow that looks suspiciously well made in that direction.
So, Terrix, you alert everyone to this this broken down house here, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And as you do that, and you wait for a couple seconds, out of this building comes shambling a very strange creature. And then you start to hear shamblings coming from other areas as well, off to the west of you and even off to the north a bit, as a bunch of strange mushroom-covered humanoids begin to rush and attack you.
Zix, you are dead.
Oh no!
Well, gentlemen, I hate to say it, but I think we've officially become a part of The Last of Us.
And as
there is a fungus among us.
yes, and as these mushrooms shamble towards you, it looks like they're moving so oddly slow that it might take about 2 weeks for them to get to you guys, and unfortunately, we're gonna cut this short. But the next time we get together, we are going to jump into our first battle here for Tales of the Valiant. And as a reminder, because I know the majority of you guys are pretty good at D&D, we're playing with the optional Tales of the Valiant Doom rules or whatever that is. So it gives the game master an optional point of like basically inspiration to use for my whims, as I would like to.
Doom upon ye.
Yes, there shall be doom. So, next time we get together, we will fight these strange creatures here. All right, gentlemen.
All right.
Thank you
All
all so much for joining me, and we will get back together in a little while. So if you give me a couple seconds here. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Tales of the Valiant with the Everside Questers Bravo team. If you like what you've seen, go ahead and drop a like, throw a comment in the comment section, and subscribe to see more crazy antics and other adventures for the group here. If you want to see more campaign antics and silliness from my group and our campaigns in any TTRPG that we offer here on the channel, go ahead and click on one of these links here and enjoy yourselves. Until then, we'll see you next time.